Right. So we live. Welcome everyone to another episode of my podcast. This time I have the pleasure to host Yaniv Hergass, my guest for today, who lives in a extremely unique place, does extremely amazing stuff, and it's a pleasure, Yaniv, to have you here. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
So let's start. Maybe we'll start by you describing who you are, where do you live, what do you do. Take the lead.
Okay, so yeah, thank you for having me again, and it's a pleasure to be here. And yeah, we choose to live in Maui, Hawaii, and not just in Maui, Hawaii, actually far in the jungle, as you know from the internet issue here today.
Hmm.
But yeah, so we lived in Los Angeles for 10 years. We had three children in Los Angeles, and we decided to that we want to raise the kids in a better place for us.
Hmm.
And we decided to move to Maui, Hawaii, with three kids and a pregnant wife. And yeah, we got here after we bought two properties um, in LA, and I'm saying that because that's gonna connect to the whole real estate past of mine. So we bought two properties in California, started a very successful business actually that I'm still running from here remotely, and yeah, and moved here in 2017,
Hmm.
6 years ago.
So when did you join SubTo? I hear that you already started acquiring houses like years ago. So what
Correct.
part of the journey led you to join SubTo? At what point?
So yeah, so SubTo I joined at the end of last year, almost a year ago.
Hmm.
Um, and the reason why it's because I decided quite a long time ago to go into real estate, and every time I went into real estate, I hit a wall, and I went back to my comfort zone. Hit a wall, went back to my comfort zone, and the comfort zone was not great for me. I mean, it's great. I have a great business, but I wanted to build my portfolio long term,
Hmm.
and I decided, you know what, this time I'm hitting a wall, and I want to break that wall and move forward. So, and it was really strong decision. So I searched so much online for a really good program,
Hmm.
because I went through some other programs and it wasn't really the thing.
Hmm.
So this time I search and search and search, and obviously when you search for real estate program, you're gonna come across Base, because he's doing a great job with marketing with online. And but that's not the really reason why I sign up for that. The real reason, because yeah, he's doing great job, but I really believed in that, and I really spoke to people, and I read about him, and until this day I didn't hear any negative word about him, and all what he does is that does from his heart and doing it amazingly. So yeah, I pulled the trigger and I joined SubTo. A little bit before SubTo, and that's what kind of pushed me to go back into real estate. I bought a great deal on Maui, that I decided, you know what, this deal just by buying it made me $500,000. So
Wow.
just on the buy side, without
Hmm.
I didn't even sell it. So that's it. I'm done. I gotta stay here. I gotta stay in the real estate game, and I decided to do that. And I put a goal in front of my eyes that I'm going for it. So I joined SubTo. I learned a lot. I'm still learning, um, and I'm still running my business in LA. I'm still running my all my property and manage my properties. Um, and yeah, that's where I am right now, learning a lot,
Hmm.
getting close to deals, all the time, and I feel like everything is coming and it's gonna come really good, and the support from this community is amazing.
Yeah, the community is amazing, and your story really fascinates me, I have to say. Do you invest locally in Maui, or do you invest in other places?
I invest in Maui and in other places,
Hmm.
so I'm very attracted to Pacific Northwest and California,
Hmm.
which I know it's the two places that not really landlord friendly. So I know
Yeah.
it's not really the ideal places. But for me, I feel like as far as the investing part, there are two sides of investing. Like if I go to the landlord friendly states,
Hmm.
I feel like there's so much competition there, and I have to battle with the people that really the best in the game.
Okay.
If I go to where it's not landlord friendly, I have way less competition.
Hmm.
So then when I buy properties in these areas, I gotta be a better landlord. And that's what pushed me to really do my due diligence before I'm actually bringing a tenant here in. Because I know this tenant, it will be hard to get him out if they're giving me any
Yeah.
trouble.
Yeah.
So I felt like, you know what, that's for me the ideal spot. I'm really good at managing properties. I learned that,
Hmm.
and I feel like that's for me the sweet spot. So I'm going on California, Washington, North Idaho. That's where I'm most of my energy being put on.
And since you live in Maui, it means that you are a remote investor, right? So you do everything remotely.
Correct.
Maybe you could share like some of the difficulties or the challenges and how you overcame
Sure.
in this
Sure.
context.
Sure. So the difficulty is that I'm not there, and for me, the most difficulty that I'm a hand-on person. I'm a contractor for trade. That's what I do for a
Mhm.
living. That's my business. It's glass and construction. So for me, when I buy a home, I want to feel it. I want to see it. I want to touch the walls. I want to understand. So for me, that's the hardest part, that I cannot be in the house and actually see what's going on, because right away I can tell, hey, that's going to cost me X amount of money, that's going to cost me X amount of money, this is where the money I need to put in, and that's the offer I'm going to make. So that's easy for me.
Mhm.
When you do it remotely, yeah, you rely on other people opinion,
Mhm.
which, yeah, with the technology you get a lot of great information, you get a lot of feedback from investors, from contractor, whoever you have in that area to actually help you out with
Mhm.
the situation. So yeah, that for me is the toughest part, that I cannot really um, inspect the property myself. But again, going back to the community
Mhm.
helping a lot, and helping me to with boots on the ground, and helping me walk the property with their FaceTime camera as much as possible.
Yeah, the power of networking, the power of the community is really awesome. And
It's
yeah, it
it's
sounds like
amazing.
if you're remotely, it's even more required, more beneficial.
Absolutely.
So awesome.
Absolutely, it's really an amazing community. So yeah, I didn't end up going on a plan in order to check a property yet, but that's what we are here for. And if we have to hop on a plane, we hop on a plane.
Yeah. Did you manage to do any creative deals yet?
I haven't. I'm very close to one, actually, to close the first creative deal
Hmm.
that I feel like it's the one.
Hmm.
Um,
Do you do it
and
solely? Do you do it with partners?
okay, so this one I took on by myself, because it was a pretty easy one. To very motivated seller, very very motivated agent.
Mm-hmm.
So there was not too much battle and too much resistance from that side. That's why I felt like, you know what, it's okay. And I used TC. I didn't use her yet, but I communicate with her and she's ready to go. A TC from the community, that's
Mm-hmm.
going to help me with closing when needed.
Awesome.
So that's where I am with this deal, and I'm just um, about to put it on contract. I'm just waiting for some opinion from the group, from the people, to see what am I missing, where I can learn, and to sharpen my pencil if needed, and to put that under contract. And
That's
that
great.
deal,
Yeah.
yeah,
But what's the like the suggested exit strategy, like a buy
exactly.
and hold or wrap or wholesaling?
E- Exactly. So this particular deal, I was going for a wholesale deal,
Mm-hmm.
which this is not my ideal. It's not what I want to be, a wholesaler.
Okay.
Um,
So what might
but
be the reason for this if you like it's not
so
your choice?
yeah, the remote situation is more expensive to
Okay.
hold the deal. So when you are local and you hold the deal, you can manage it yourself. You can bring the repair people that you know, that you're familiar with.
Mm-hmm.
Everything costs you cheaper than when you remotely manage the deal.
Mm-hmm.
So as a remote managing, that won't cash flow for me.
Okay.
It will be very close, but it's not going to cash flow. But
Mm-hmm.
for a local, it can be a great deal.
And
So that
you're gonna publish it in the in the community Discord and uh,
correct,
okay, offer it for wholesaling. That's awesome.
correct. So I already published it in the Pacific Northwest Facebook group, which I
Mm-hmm.
joined there. It's not a big group, but I'm there, and I got some feedbacks. But I want to see if I have more feedbacks. I probably will have more feedback from in the big group.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so hopefully I can display there. And honestly, that deal, it's for me, it's 100% for learning. It's the
Okay,
learning curve.
that's awesome.
It's to get out of the comfort zone, because I'm used to buy real estate in certain way, and for me, I need to completely twist my brain to that creative thing. That's what we are here for.
Mm-hmm. Um, if I may ask, where do you see yourself like in a year from now? What do you think you're gonna accomplish? What do you hope to accomplish or to manage to do?
But that's a great question, because what I'm doing right now, it's in order to get there.
Mm-hmm.
And what I'm going for is to have a deal flow coming my way, and to be able to buy and hold with partners.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm very involved with people with a lot of money, as my business, as the people that I know from where I'm from Israel.
Mm-hmm.
People around me have a lot of money that they just want to invest.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to help them to invest that money and help myself to create a business out of it, which would be a win-win situation
Correct.
to solve people problem, the sellers, the private money, and for myself. So that's where I see myself, with the deal flow coming my way, and private money to buy the properties and to keep them for a long term.
So
That's
you're gonna focus on let's say on PML, right? On private
correct,
money lending and like enlarge increase your business this way, right? The deal flow and the
correct,
that's an awesome
correct.
direction, right?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm going for, because every day I get from people here, hey, where can I invest? What do you think? Where should I put my money? And I'm like, yeah, I'll tell you in a little bit. I'm not there yet. I want to make sure when I offer you something, it will be very solid
Mm.
investment.
Yeah,
So that's what I'm going for.
yeah. But having access to money is always good,
Yes.
and yeah, opens a lot of doors. That's great. So you mentioned that you live in the jungle or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Uh, Here to elaborate a bit, how where is it exactly? How is the experience? Why are you guys doing this? What's the motivation?
Yeah, no, great question. Yeah, I love to talk about it because I hope that a lot of people, because what I feel like I did, it was a great thing for my family, and I hope a lot of people are gonna uh, join and have it in them to get out of the rat race and to move out and to have that kind of experience. Because honestly, it's the best thing I did in my life.
Hmm.
I grew up, as you know, because you grew up in the same place in Israel, which is it was honestly an amazing childhood. You know, running outside, getting dirty, playing in the nature, and all that. And when I lived in LA, I didn't feel like that's the childhood that my kids going to have,
Hmm.
and I did not want that for them. I felt like it's very selfish for me, and I want them to have a better childhood. So we said either move back to Israel or move back to Hawaii. That was the two options right there.
Hmm.
So
Okay.
we moved to Hawaii, and somehow we found this great old barn house in the jungle. We fixed it up, and yeah, and it's a big property. It's on 2 acres, and we built ourselves a great little community around us and a great little farm here. We have a bunch of fruit trees that the kids knows how to take care of. We have a chicken coop with over 40 chickens, so every morning the kids going picking up the eggs to make their omelet, and we just love it. And yes, to live in the jungle is not always great as it sounds. As the two times that me and you tried to connect, I had two different situations. That one time I had the water pipe blowing up on us, and didn't have water in the house, and I just trying to fix it. And this time we lost internet.
Yeah.
This is part of it. So yeah,
Hmm.
we chose it really for the kids, and we have, like I said, 4 kids now, and the fifth is on the way.
Wow.
And yeah, we I came from a big family. My wife didn't, but she wanted always a big family. So yeah, if that's answering the question.
Yeah, definitely. Actually, yeah, doing real estate from far in the jungle sounds like a crocodile Dundee or something like that. That sounds really adventurous and cool. Yeah, that's really
Yeah,
awesome.
thank you. Yeah, we are glad we did it.
Yeah. All right. So I think we came to I don't know to the end of our podcast. If there anything else you'd like to share with us, a special experience, things that you'd like to people that you'd like to connect with or do business with, that let's use this platform and do it.
Yeah, one thing that I always tell people around me, if you're not where you want to be and you're not going towards the way you want to go and where you want to be, just don't act from fear and stay in the comfort zone where you are.
Hmm.
Um, Go out there, risk something, and make the life you want to have. And really, that's and it wasn't easy. I cannot say it was all pink and beautiful. It wasn't,
Hmm.
but I'm glad I did it.
Yeah, that's a strong message, and I totally agree. Yeah, stepping out of the comfort zone, let's say every day, it's not easy. Sometimes it's really hard, but it's rewarding in a ways that only the people who does that actually can imagine. Uh,
Absolutely.
awesome. Thank you so much, Annie. It was a true pleasure.
Thank you.
Really
I
enjoyed
appreciate.
talking to you, and I look forward to do business with you in the future.
Absolutely,
All right. Thank
absolutely.
you so
We
much.
will. Thank you. Thank you.